Hello all, welcome back to my channel. Today we will discuss more about did you know facts. It'll be interesting to know the facts which we don't know, but daily, like on the daily activities, we will be coming across few of observations wherein, oh yes, this is the thing why this been happened. For example, maybe your nails, like your nails on your fingernails, these would really grow depending upon the usage of the hand, whether the right hand is dominant or the left hand is dominant. In the case of the lefties, the fingernail will grow faster in the left hand comparative to the right hand. Things like that. Let us dig in. The first fact is that your stomach gets a new lining every 3 to 4 days to prevent the self digestion. Moving on to the next thing, the human brain can generate about 23 watts of power while we are awake. The human brain has got so much of energy that can generate 23 watts of a bulb. It's really a shocking one. Your human brain has got that much of power. Think we can store how many information in our human brain, and you can learn a couple of things. Moving on to the next fact, your body contains enough iron to make a small nail, like a small iron nail. Your body has got so much of iron content, it can make a small nail. Isn't it nice? Moving on to the next fact, the average person walks the equivalent of the 5 times around the earth in a lifetime. See, if a person, if an ordinary layman is walking around, like if he is walking in his lifetime, roughly 5 times around the earth we can travel. That much of travel he would have done if he walks, for example, half an hour a day. So let us start this initiative and take this initiative in a very positive way and give the best to your body too. The walking will always have a beneficial thing in your lifetime. So the average person walks equivalent to 5 times around the earth. A layman. Okay. Good information. Moving on to the next fact, Iceland is a country where there is no mosquitoes. It's so clean that there is no mosquitoes, or maybe because on the Iceland climatic, the mosquitoes cannot breed at all. So, if you are worried about more mosquitoes in your house, you should travel once to Iceland. Just kidding. Moving on to the next fact. Yeah. There is a lake in Australia that turns bright pink due to a algae formed in that lake. The lake is called the Lake Hiller. We'll see the picture of the lake. It will be like this, full pinkish, dark pinkish due to the algae. This lake is called Lake Hiller. Isn't it fascinating? So whosoever is fan of pink color, they must watch this. Lake Hiller in Australia. Okay. Moving on to the next fact. Yeah, you can see this is a tulip. What happened? These tulips are so much, like it brought a big revolution in Netherlands. Once what happened, people had a lot of craze in Netherlands, like because of the Dutch economy. These Netherlands were also called as Dutch because most of the people were speaking Dutch. What happened in the late 1600s? These flowers were imported from the Turkey country, and it became a status symbol for all people, whosoever is a merchant, a businessman, everybody were like hogging for this tulips. Yeah, and people also used to give at some point of time they also gave their jewelry, land, everything to get this tulips as a it is was been called as a status symbol. If you have a tulips, you've been called as a you're very rich, super rich, like that. And the persons like some of the times like a ordinary person would have given the 10 times of their salary to get this tulips. So the possession of tulips was become a huge craze, and this like this craze was been taken by the people like traders, and they started becoming a professional tulip traders. And they also were like creating a future contracts for this tulips, also called as bulbs, like like if it is in the garden only they started getting into the contracts, and this trading was become a huge hit. What happened all of a sudden, this was the thing, and everything whatever the revolution started, there should be an end. During this all people like they started losing their money, their status got fall down. Then in the February 1637 they suddenly realized that okay, because of this we have lost our lifetime savings, house, or whatever the gold possession what they had, everything they got with the tulips. So buyers, whatever the whosoever in the craze they were importing from Turkish, that got stopped. The Turkey country, whatever were importing to near the lands, the Dutch people, it got stopped, and overnight all the prices like it got loose, like all the prices of the tulips were been shattered. It was like giving throwaway prices. Then because of this whosoever entered into the futures and the contracts, they got huge loss because the prices were being collapsed. So this become was a this event made a person to think about the first time speculation, how it goes up and how suddenly it may bring down the person from a rich to rags. This was happened in 1600s because of the craze for tulips. This is the tulips. And still Netherlands have got a huge park for tulips. You can find it in all Bollywood movies, especially with Rekha and Amitabh Bachchan's song was there in Sinsila. You can see the um, tulips park. I just given a picture of how the tulips bulbs will be there and how it will be shown or how it will be drawn. You because of this craze, people like were been they lost their all wealthiness and they become rags. This is a story about the speculation once happened in the history. Moving on to the next thing. Okay, as I said earlier, the finger lines grow faster on your dominant hand. If your right hand, the finger lines grows faster in right hand comparative to the left hands. At the same case, the left is vice versa. Their finger lines in the left hand will grow faster. You can check and see that your finger lines are grow faster in which hand. You will know that okay, if you're a right hand you will see that okay, my fingernails are growing faster and faster. Yeah, that's all for this segment. Thank you all. Do subscribe. Your subscription is a big motivation to me. We'll come up with many more did you know facts. Thank you all. Please leave a comment on this segment.